He waits for no man.
We just saw the Hobbit movie. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it.
Right.
And
it's definitely not Lord of the Rings.
Absolutely not. There's a completely different feel to it, to the quality of it, and
right.
I mean, it's obviously it's well made. It's exactly what you'd expect from Peter Jackson,
right.
And I think it's really well made and well done, and I did really like it a lot. But there's just something about it that I can't fully get behind or into.
I know what you mean.
I think it's Thorin because he just doesn't look cool, so you're not like, oh, this guy's
Thorin,
awesome.
the dwarves in general are a big part of it for me, particularly like Philly and Killy.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Like
and Oin or Owen, I don't know how it's Gloin or Glowin. I always hear two different things. And Oin, he's the little one, like they call the young dwarf,
right?
And he has like a little goatee on his chin and like a very small mustache and a very bizarre shaped head.
I was used to the idea of the dwarves now looking too dwarf-like, so that didn't bother me too much.
I tried to get used to it, leading up, because right from the beginning when they first released those
Keely
pictures,
or Feely, one of them. I mean,
both of them, because one of them doesn't even have a beard at all.
It just felt like
shadow.
they were traveling with like two really short humans. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, who were like frat brothers.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey, they were best buds.
Yeah.
Dwarves, bruh.
Also, I found some inconsistencies between the movies, the trilogy, and then this movie. For example, in the beginning of the Hobbit film, right? They have, Ian Holm as Bilbo, the older Bilbo, and he's going through his things, and he starts writing There and Back Again. And then it turns out that that's the same day.
They have to shoehorn like Frodo.
I know.
I felt like they should have just started the movie where the book starts, where it's just like
a hole in the ground. They lived a hobbit.
Exactly. Like that.
They did, fit that in those exact lines. What I found inconsistent was, so he starts writing There and Back Again. Then it turns out, Frodo's there, and they're getting ready. They're gonna start getting ready for Bilbo's 111th birthday party,
right.
And Frodo, what? 111st, correct. And then
drunken Bilbo.
So, if Frodo says, "Oh, I'm going to go wait for Gandalf and surprise him," so then Bilbo continues working on the Hobbit. But then what happens in the extended version of the DVDs for Lord of the Rings, in the Fellowship of the Ring, in the beginning, while Frodo would be doing that, while he would be waiting for Gandalf, he's writing Concerning Hobbits, which is the prologue in Fellowship of the Ring. So I didn't understand that inconsistency.
Who knows? I felt like the movie is very long, but I almost wish there was they put a few more things in there. Some people wanted.
It's almost like they pulled too much and concentrated on too much stuff from the appendices
than
the Hobbit book itself.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like Bilbo was the main character in this film.
No, I didn't get that.
Not at all.
I also was. It seemed like. I like the way they were presenting all the dwarves in the documentaries and the making of. I thought some of the dwarves would be featured more. Like
some of them don't even have lines.
Like Bomber, all he does is eat.
He doesn't even speak. I don't think.
Know, and
who's the one with the weird hair fins?
Like
the three hair fins.
Okay.
Well, I don't even think he had a line.
Did you notice the one
belched.
dwarf that has the axe embedded in his skull?
No.
Yeah. No. One of the dwarves is embedded right in his skull, and they sawed it off. But
oh my god, that's crazy!
That. I think Dwalin's awesome.
Me and Boss saw it in.
Dwalin?
I don't know his name.
Balin?
No.
Balin?
Oh, Dwalin. Oh. Is that Dwalin?
Biffer, Bofer?
The one with he has the tattoos on his head.
Yeah, Dwalin.
Dwalin, right?
He's cool.
I feel bad that I can't remember the names.
Some of the dwarves are really cool. I like who's the older one with the white.
That was Balin.
Yeah, Balin.
That's Balin.
Yeah, with no mustache, and he had the big white beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Balin, who of course then takes over Moria, as we know later on when the Fellowship goes to the mines.
Glowing, they never. I thought they would do something
more with him related towards Gimli, and
something like that. But
he's the one who wrote the thing that they read.
Yeah, that's Balin. They're in that whole fight with the cave troll, and they're trapped in there. That's Balin's tomb. That happens obviously later on, but. Yeah, I mean, I thought the White Council stuff was awesome.
What you're talking about when he's writing Concerning Hobbits, I have a feeling when they do the extended cut of The Hobbit, they might rearrange things. Because I think the theatrical releases are kind of their own thing, and then the extended are for the fans, so it might be in that continuity.
Maybe. I mean, what happens is, too, I don't even watch the theatrical. I can't watch the theatrical release of the trilogy.
I'm where's that scene? Where's that scene?
I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
The Fellowship extended, the whole
opening is different.
The whole opening's different. The end sequence with Boromir.
Yeah.
There's like this new music in there that's like so perfect.
I mean,
that's why I think, like, even when I first saw the first Lord of the Rings, I always had that feeling like it feels like there's something missing, or they could have done it better.
Yeah.
And then when the extended came out, I was
absolutely.
like, okay, yeah.
They
So I'm just hoping.
it there. I mean, I hope so. I mean, like I said, I mean, part of me is disappointed. But I think it's just because I have. I mean, we all have watched, and
it's just a different. It's a different
trilogy so many times. Yeah, and it's just very different. And I also felt like, and I was somewhat alone in this when with the people that I had watched it with. But I thought Ian Holm looked horrible.
Yeah,
I thought he looked like an old lady.
A Russian old lady.
I thought that was like, I said, what? And it was funny because it should be. He was completely a different Bilbo than he was in the beginning of the Fellowship. He had none of that like zestiness to him, that like lust for life. He seemed more depressed, and just not as peppy.
Old,
I
man.
guess.
It's getting old.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be younger.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. So I mean,
thought
that
the Gollum
me.
sequence was really good.
Oh, that was, to me, that was the best part of the movie. Riddles in the Dark.
And that Gollum looks. They did something with the face, right?
He has more muscles in the face. And Andy Serkis. I thought Andy Serkis should have gotten the Academy Award for 2 Towers anyway.
Yeah, when you read that scene in the book, oh man, it's going to be hard to naturalistically do this. Like
they did it,
telling each other riddles. Yeah, I thought they did that really well.
I thought that was amazing. And what about the?
I thought this is the first. The monsters in the Lord of the Rings are gruesome and stuff. This is the first time I was like physically revolted.
Really?
Yeah, because
what about the Goblin King? Played by the guy who's Dame Edna.
We saw it in 3D, and when those monsters get close to the camera like that, they're like right in your face. So you're seeing the gunk and then the snots.
Well, how about when the trolls one troll snotted on Bilbo?
It was just that just kind of grossed me out. And then also, are you going to see it in 3D?
I do want to see. I want to see it in the full blown, like true, 3D. Because at the theater by us, it's they have 3 versions of the film. So I saw the 2D, then you guys saw the 3D, and then there's like the other 3D.
I think only 450 theaters have the 48 frames per second. I think we just saw it in 3D.
I think you saw it just in 3D. It wasn't 48 frames per second.
But it's weird because the 3D is really cool. I really liked it a lot. But it plays with your mind a little bit because there's some parts I'm watching and the camera's flying around. I felt like I was like in a dream.
In the very beginning of the film too, with the prologue stuff, there was a lot of flying around.
Yeah.
And I just saw it in 2D, and I was like, oh my god, I was getting a little bit dizzy there almost, and I was imagining what it must be like in 3D.
It was
like an IMAX. I would probably throw up.
One of the guys in front of us stood up and started leaving, and he looked kind of woozy.
I'm sure he couldn't take it.
Please don't let this guy throw up all over me.
What about the?
I like how they handled Smaug.
Yeah, because I like that you didn't see him basically at all.
How they used the kite.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I thought they were gonna just keep it like that, and you wouldn't see him. But I like spoilers at the very end. Like,
you
the
see
gold and stuff.
That was cool.
There's cool moments in there, and there's good special effects, and the only thing that bothered me with the action is that they fell down pretty high heights. A lot.
Yeah. And then they got crushed, so then the Goblin King's dead corpse is falling however many stories and lands right on top of them.
It's a little cartoon.
And then they're just going, oh, you gotta be kidding me, and all that stuff.
And I didn't like how the Goblin King died. I thought that was the weirdest death.
Isn't he decapitated? Doesn't Gandalf decapitate him?
I forget, but I didn't know what his plan was there on the bridge. He just like, what are you gonna do now, wizard?
Oh, that worked.
I'm just gonna let you slice my belly open. I thought,
and then slice my throat open.
Yeah. Oh, and that thing hanging from his chin. Ugh. That just
his
was
ball sack on his.
Yeah, that was so many things were grossing me out.
I thought that was really. I thought that was really poor taste for that moment to have this kind of comical thing where he's like, oh, what are you gonna do now, wizard? And then right before he kills him, he's like, oh, that'll work.
He took his death very well.
What about the Gulf line? Did you hear that one?
Oh yeah, but that's in the book though.
That is?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that. I was like, is that from the book?
Yeah.
That's how golf was invented?
I'm pretty sure. Read it again. There's some weird lines in the original.
Yeah, because
it's just a goofier
also,
film.
I mean, part of it too, and for some reason I didn't do this with the Fellowship. I was like looking for things to be inconsistent, and I couldn't understand why I was doing that. Why I couldn't just sit and relax and enjoy it. And that might have been just because of all of the all of the buildup of the film is going to be made. It's not going to be made. This person, Peter Jackson's going to direct it. Someone else is going to direct it. It's going to be Peter Jackson again. It's going to be Guillermo del Toro. It kept going back and forth, and then it was so tumultuous. And I think all of that made me so nervous that I couldn't help but sit there and try and pick it apart.